I want to welcome you back to Black Site Tonight. We're going to talk about the United States asking for reparations from China. Congressman Jim Banks, a Republican for Indiana, is asking the Chinese government to pay for the outbreak which has happened all around the world, especially in the United States. He's asking for the Chinese government to forgive all American debt and also make cash payments. The Chinese government knew about the virus in late December and did nothing about it and let it spread throughout the world. We see the people dying in Italy, dying in the United States, Germany, South Korea, Japan, Germany, Great Britain. And it seems like the Chinese government is doing it without any pain at all. They're actually laughing at the rest of the world, basically saying this is United States and Europe's Chernobyl. This is how arrogant this regime is in China. They will not take responsibility for their actions and what they have done for the world. So it's time that us, the United States, and many countries in Europe pull their major companies and manufacturing out of China. China has shown to the world right now that they are no friend of freedom. They are no friend of the United States and no friend of Europe. They are actually blaming the United States for the China virus. And I'm going to put in a link, a video in which is not from American media, it's not from British media, it's not from Italian media. It's from WION, W-I-O-N. It's a Southeast Asian news network in which they present all the facts that the Chinese government was behind the Wuhan virus or the China virus. Someone has to pay for those actions. Maybe they need to be taken to the World Court. I don't know. The WTO. Somebody has to do something about this because this virus is affecting the world. And we have to worry about not only if we don't find a cure for this virus, we may have to deal with a second wave during the next flu season. And if you know anything about the Spanish flu, it hit once. But the strongest part of that flu was in 1918. It was a second wave, which killed millions. Then it was also a third wave. So altogether, 50 million people died worldwide. But China right now seems to don't have a care in the world. They say they have solved the virus problem in China. They are saying that there is no more cases in Hubei province. All of a sudden they waved a wand and there's nothing going on. How many dead bodies of China just thrown in the ground in pits because they have no moral fiber in that country, in that government. They could care less about the people in China. Look at the doctors who tried to expose the virus to the world. All of them ended up dead or arrested by the Chinese government. This is the government that we have to deal with every day. And this is the government who hold all our medical supplies, who hold all our drugs, all the chemicals that's needed to get drugs to supply sick people in America. And they were threatening the United States, telling us that you may not get these drugs unless you apologize for starting the virus. This is who we're dealing with right now. And I hope all those drug companies finally come back to the United States. But this government should be held accountable, but I doubt it will because they hold so much of the world's debt. They have so much of the manufacture. We have empowered a communist dictatorship to possibly rule the world who have no morals at all and who have taken advantage of their place in the world as a superpower and as an economic power. We may not come out of this economic depression for 3, 4, 5 years because of what China and its government has done to the world. Italy will never be the same Many European countries and the United States may never be the same because of this virus. And they're sitting around celebrating in the Politburo and blaming the United States for this problem, spreading the propaganda all around the world. Yes, we should get some reparations. We deserve to be paid. The world deserves to be paid from China. But as China will show you, they will show you that they really don't care. They will give you the middle finger and say what you're going to do about it. That's how they feel about this virus they have spread around the world. And it's time that the governments of the world stand up to this dictatorial power called China. Damn it, give us our money. That's what we deserve after all this death and mayhem that the Chinese government has created all around the world. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site, this quick take of the United States call for reparations and debt forgiveness after this Wuhan virus has spread throughout the United States and the world. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.